So we decided to do a recap video of everything that we've done up here at the woods this year. This year we got quite a bit done. I mean, as you can see, this whole area still definitely nice and cleared out. Next year is going to be more of a kind of a cleanup, where we've got so much brush there, and a little bit of huge brush pile there. That was all the branches from when we came in and originally cleared a path for the driveway. So next year we're going to be cleaning that up. We're probably going to get a wood chipper, because with all this, that's just almost too much to burn. Some of the larger stuff we'll probably end up doing. We'll burn that, but a lot of the smaller stuff. And the other reason why we want to get the wood chipper as well is all this little undergrowth stuff down here in this whole point area. We want to take all that out. The larger trees, we're going to keep that. All those larger trees we're going to keep. But all these little small little saplings, I want to take all that out. I want to go through here, chip all that stuff up, go through here with the riding lawnmower, and I actually want this to be a nice more forest instead of, just everything is so overgrown. Now, like a lot of the smaller pines, we're gonna bring those home for my sister, anything really under 6 feet. So that'll be next year's project, is just kind of going through and starting to clear out the forest, and it'll actually make it a little healthier as well. So that way everything's not competing with each other. So we'll see what happens as time goes by. Now going forward, we obviously have our fishing / camping area for anyone who comes up here, and if they just want to camp, you've got a little fire pit down here. I cleared a path back there. You can't really tell right now to my deer stand. You can kind of see it, but I've got a little bit of work to do on here before I can actually bring the lawnmower back through here, because it does have a lot of high mounds where the lawnmower will actually just get stuck. So I'm not going to worry about that this year. I'm going to do that in the spring. But if I need to, I can still walk through there and not have to worry about it. The other trail in the spring as well, I'm going to get a bunch of this stuff that kind of fell over or is now in the way, so that way you don't have to duck when you're going through here. But I mean, you can see now just a huge difference. You got a nice, I'd probably say that's easily 6 feet wide area that you can go down, and you don't have to really worry about anything. So, but kind of the same thing, I can only go so far because I've got a huge hole here that I've got to fill in. So that's about, kind of hard to tell in the video, but I would probably say that's at least about 1.5 feet to 2 feet deep, where if I go through here in the lawnmower, I'm just going to possibly damage something in the lawnmower, and it's not really worth that. So, and then just clear out some of these rotten trees that have been down for years. But now, with all the ferns dying out, you can definitely tell a little bit more. Now, I did clear this area already with the thicket stuff. So now it's just a matter of mowing it so that way we can get the trail back to where it needs to be. But water's the lowest I've ever seen it. I mean, you can definitely see over there in the banks. Normally you can't see that, but like, I was actually down here 2 weeks ago, the last time we were up here, and I was actually fishing. Didn't get anything, but now it just gives us another area that we can fish. And I think that's the furthest that this trail is going to go. And then I'm going to do a couple more going through this whole area. So up in the deer stand, we've got the 16-foot tower stand back here, so it gives you a nice view. So when it comes time for gun hunting, if I haven't got anything for bow, this is where I'm going to be gun hunting. With this area, I can actually cover everything. So now, the one thing I did not know for Minnesota gun hunting, or actually deer hunting, is where Wisconsin, you can just buy tag after tag after tag, and I've never not had a problem getting multiple tags. Minnesota, if you are in the section that we're in, if you take one deer, either gun or bow, you're done. So if you get one bow hunting season in this section, you cannot get another one. Now you can go to another section. It's just kind of how they do their herd control, but that's really weird. I've never seen anything like that before. So luckily my neighbors up here told me about it. Otherwise I would have got one for bow hunting and then got another one for gun, and then I would have got a nice little fine, and that would have been my fault because I didn't read the regulations. So nothing you can really do about that. So luckily the neighbors told me about it, gave me a heads up saying, hey, check into it. Sure as heck, I called the DNR. DNR said, yes, it's this section that you're in, you can't take more than one. It's hunter's choice, so you can either take buck or doe. But in the 2 years that we've had this property, I have never seen a buck up here yet. So, but luckily we have 4 doe and a fawn that keep on coming back around this area. So if I can keep those doe here, the bucks are gonna find them and they're gonna come in. So either way, we hunt for meat, we don't hunt for trophies. That's just how I was raised. I know a lot of people like hunting for trophies, but me, I like the taste of venison. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-year-old deer or a 5-year-old deer. I'll still take it. So this year the main project was always to get a camper up here. And obviously, if you've watched the videos, yes, you know we did get a camper up here. But just getting the prep work done to get the camper up here was even more. The camper stands, 14 feet tall, something like that at the top. So we had to clear out all of those branches just so that way we can make room for it. But it's definitely nice just having it here. Once we got it here, at the time we only had the generator, so really couldn't do too much. But now, when you get up here, it's just nice. You come up, come inside, you hit the slide, everything slides out, and you're done. It just makes it so much easier, convenient. The AC works amazing. The heater works awesome. Like when I got here today, it was 40-some degrees. It's not a, it's not a cabin. It's a camper, but you've got your bathroom that everything works. Everything's operational. We bring up water when we need to replace water. We've got our sleeping area. It just makes it so much easier for when we come up here. And this was the main thing, because especially with 2 young boys, we want to make sure that they're secure, and now we don't have to worry about that. Now with the camper can run on a generator. The generator that we have is only a 2,000 starting watt and 1,400 running. So we knew that wasn't going to cut it. I mean, it didn't even have a 30 amp outlet. So if we wanted to, we could have got a bigger generator, but now you're worried about gas and everything. So we decided, let's screw it. We're going to go in with power. And that very first time we were all at zeros, and now $488. So we get our average bill. The customer charges $42 a month. So that's just for being a customer. Down in the cities, it's completely different because you have so many more people per mile compared to here. So it costs more, but that's fine. It's nice having the convenience of we come in, we hook it up, and we're done. Like if we know we're only going to be gone for a couple of weeks, then we just leave the power hooked on. And since we're a little bit further back, I just have the extension cords going in, feeding them right into this. Water has never gotten in there. You can see I just cut out a slit on both sides, and then they're good. So just keeps them protected. One less thing that you actually have to worry about. So with the boys getting bigger, Adam needed something kind of to do. So we got a little play area, we got a little sandbox, we cleared out this area some more. Oh, got everything a little bit wider, and it just makes it easier. So we've had a lot of projects this year, but we kind of knew that going into this year, where this year is going to be more of a, hey, let's just get this done, over with, we don't have to worry about it. So, you know, we got the garden. We did get some potatoes, but they were not very big. They were probably about, I'd say the size of a golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger, so nothing really huge. The blueberries actually did pretty decent, and then something ate one of them, but then we've got the apple trees. Now, the deer actually left the actual branches alone, but they ate all the leaves, which is fine because now I don't have to worry about that. You know, the leaves are gonna grow back next year. And they didn't do it to both of them, they just did it to one of them. So but that works, you know. So next couple of years we'll just keep on adding. I think we're gonna go from here back. I'm gonna clear out all that area, go back a couple 100 feet, and every year we're gonna be adding 2 to 3 apple trees. And the idea is by, you know, the time that the boys are in their 30s, well, now we've got, you know, apple trees for them for pretty much their whole life, and then for their kids' lives, and just keep it going. I mean, an apple tree, I think Becca was saying, will produce for about 25 years. So once they hit about 5 years, that's when they start producing. Then you just kind of keep on going from there. So if you remember early this spring, I came up here and took all the wood that was in there and then split it and then restacked it. That whole front row is now gone, so now we've got the back row. But we were only going to be up here a couple more times, and remember, this is only just for firewood. This is not for heating anything yet. So once we get a cabin up here where we can put a wood burning stove in, then yes, that's going to be more for heating. But with a wood burning stove, you know, you only probably go through about 20-25 pieces a day, compared to where you can do that in 4 or 5 hours out here. So, but we've got plenty of down trees. We got a lot of trees that are currently standing that are dead. So this spring as well, I'm gonna go through and chop some more of those down and kind of go from there. So this spring, we also put in a hand pump well that was actually located down by the garden area. Now, when we put it in, I made the idiotic mistake. The water was up really high from all the snow melt and the huge amount of rain that we had this spring. So wasn't thinking, didn't put it down deep enough. So I only had it down 8 feet. Yep, I'm an idiot. I'm a huge idiot. So when the water table lowered, because we're right on the river, obviously we weren't able to get any water. So what we did is we moved it up here. Now, when we moved it up here, the max depth that usually a hand pump well is good to is about 20 to 25 feet. So what I did is I went down 20 feet, I hit water at 12, and that was when the water was extremely low. So I went down, my Sandpoint well is down another 8 feet. So we should never have any problems, because I've never seen the water this low. The neighbors up north haven't. And as you can see, we have water. So water goes up, water goes down. We're never gonna have an issue. Now, I gotta keep on pumping this so that way it comes out clean. It's getting better, obviously at first. You're gonna have all that sand sediment that you gotta get out of there. But ideally, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be filling these 5-gallon buckets, then coming over here, and we're gonna be using this to, I bought a pump where I can just hook that right up to my water connector, and now I never have to haul those water jugs up anymore. But as you can see, we've got everything ready to winterize. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, because we're supposed to be in the 30s with snow in the next 2 weeks. So the ground's not frozen, but you know, we're still going to get snow. And this is where it all started. The very first build. God, that thing was a pain in the ass to put together. But definitely worth it, because now, as you can see, we've got some toys in here. I was able to actually pick up a Craftsman riding lawnmower for 200 bucks. Everything works. I do have to replace the brakes on it, but other than that, it's a used Craftsman riding lawnmower. You know, I wanted a riding lawnmower up here so that way when we do the trails and mowing the lawn, we don't have to worry about it. Now, fortunately, we did also buy a push mower, but that's fine because I'm still going to be able to use that too. So we've got a garden tiller, which is Craftsman, same color. We've got the Craftsman riding lawnmower. We've got the push mower. We got the Sportsman generator, and then we've got the log splitter. And then I think we also have something. Oh, then we also have the weed whipper. That's somewhere around here. I don't know where it is, but yeah. So the cylinder index for here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got a 7 cylinder index. Slowly starting to grow, but I'm glad that we went with a bigger shed. Originally we were thinking this just kind of a small one, but now, I mean, there's like, I could even move this over, move that out of the way. I could even get a 4-wheeler in here yet. So ideally we might get a 4-wheeler, but now that we've got the lawnmower might do what the 4-wheeler would do as well. So we'll see. I gotta fix the brakes on the lawnmower first. But baby steps, one step at a time. And then coming up on our last projects for the year, down here by the river, Becca got some morel spores. So we got those all situated. So hopefully within the next couple of years we can get some nice morels, and that'll be really nice. I actually love morel butter, but it's hard to find, and I'm not a huge fan of buying morels from the actual store or one of those places, so we like to go out and hunt them and then kind of go from there. The last thing that we did is we got a giant deer stand built. Went with a very large deer stand, so that way when the boys get older they can come up there with me. So I was just anticipating, I knew I was going to build one, so I might as well just build one now. And then eventually this is going to be my bow hunting area, and then we'll keep on going. But yeah, that's what we've got done this year. So very, very big year. You know, we've got the camper, we got power hooked up, we got more trails cut, we cleared out a lot of area, we got morels planted, and now it's just going to be enjoying. So tomorrow morning I will be able to go ahead and winterize the cabin and kind of go from there. So we'll keep on documenting everything, so that way, you know, 20 years down the road we can look back and say, oh geez, that's what this place looked like. Well, we actually did a lot of work, and kind of go from there.